Okay, cool. So my name is Taylor, and today we are going to talk about challenge groups. And before you panic and you might think like, I don't have that many challengers, I don't know what I'm doing, we're going to cover all of that today in as quickly as possible because I know it is noon and some of you have some stuff going on. So let's get started. The first things first is whenever you're running your first challenge group, especially for brand new coaches, I typically will have my new coaches co-run their first challenge group with me just to kind of take that pressure off of you right from the get-go. So the first thing you want to do is just reach out to your upline, make sure you know when their next challenge group is starting, make sure you're getting your marketing calendar, your challenge group calendar lined up with theirs, and just kind of, if you're not ready to run off on your own yet, ask if you can piggyback off of them and co-run a challenge group with them. They will teach you exactly what they want posted in the groups when, and you'll figure out a posting schedule. So that's a really great way to just get your feet wet if you're feeling a little bit anxious. I know when I first started as a coach, I co-ran, I think, my first 2 challenge groups with my upline coach until I was like, okay, I feel good. I'm ready to like put my own spin on this. I'm ready to really take the reins on my own challenge group and kind of veer off into my own thing. So make sure you know when challenge groups are starting, what that plan looks like for you to be doing your invites and having that date to actually invite people to. So I would think my number one tip would be make sure you know what you're inviting to and when it starts. Because if you don't know what you're inviting to and you don't know when it starts, people aren't going to know how to answer you and you're not going to have a sense of urgency. Yeah, so we want to make sure we know what dates everything's going on. The next thing is there are a million challenge group guides already created for you, whether you go into the Dream Team coach page and the files in there, or you can just go into your back office. So I'm going to show you right now how to find challenge group guides in your back office. So if you log in, can you guys see my screen? Someone just nod. Okay, cool. If you log into your back office and you click this Grow My Business tool, right here is a tab that says Challenge Group Tools. You click right there. And this shows you exactly how the Challenge Tracker app works. This is all of the challenge group guides. So you can go in here, you click on this little tab, find what program. So if you're running a specific group, you can just find the program in here, or there is a multi-program guide you can click on and it pulls up what you can post every single day. Week 0 is your prep week posts. You can just copy paste these right into your challenge group. It's all created for you. You don't have to do anything. With that being said, I think these guides are so boring. So what I do really, is I take these guides, I copy paste them, I read through them, and I'm like, okay, I would never talk like that. So add your own personality into these posts. These stock images kind of bore me, so I might like post a picture of me like waving, like tell me about yourself, or I might post a picture of like a bunch of my friends and I working out. I would really personalize the images and personalize what these posts actually say, but the information that you really need to be posting every single day is already in here. So you don't have to do any of that legwork or any of that stress. Like I remember when I first started, I was like, how am I going to come up with 30 days of information to post something different every single day? It's already created here for you. You can jump around through the different programs, whatever you need to do. It's all here. All right. The next thing is how to schedule posts. So I'm going to show you how I run my challenge groups. I only use the My Challenge Tracker. You might want to talk to your upline. They might still be running groups on Facebook. A lot of people still do that. You can post the exact same way. I believe all Facebook groups now allow you the ability to schedule posts. So you can go ahead and post and then pick when you actually want that to schedule. But let me just show you what mine looks like right now. So when I am about to post, this is one of my challenge groups that I have going on right now in this moment. This started on February 5th. When I want to schedule a post, let's just say it's prep week. Where's that challenge group guide? I'm just going to copy paste this. I'm going to go right in here, copy paste it, and then I can either click post now or I can schedule this to post in the future. And I would just click what date I wanted to put it in on, wanted it to happen, and then I would click, speaking of my challenge group, my app is blowing up right now. Let me turn that sound off. And then I would click what time. So what I do in my challenge groups, as far as, I'm going to cancel this post. As far as posting schedule, you can see that this post went out at 5 o'clock this morning. So every single day at 5 in the morning, some sort of post is going out in my challenge groups. So those early bird people that I have that are waking up and working out before my alarm even goes off are getting some sort of information. They're seeing something posted in this group immediately. Then every single night, let me scroll. You can always turn off this stuff. I gotta scroll for a while. Every single night I do a roll call post. Actually, I'll just show you what I do. So at 8 o'clock, it might be scheduled in here. I can go over here and look at all my posts that are scheduled. So I already have, I already have my roll call schedule posted for tonight. It's scheduled to go out at 7 o'clock tonight. This is their roll call, and I have them answer these questions every single night at 7 at night. Did you log your workout and your shake today? Rate your nutrition on a scale of 1 to 5. How many ounces of water did you drink? How did you show yourself love today? The theme of this group is love the skin you're in, and we're focusing on, a lot of self-love. And then people will comment on that, and I will keep track of who's commenting and make sure that I touch base with them. If I didn't hear from them by the next evening, I'm going to say, hey, what's going on? You haven't checked in a while. How can I help? What are you struggling with? Did you just forget to log? Because sometimes that happens too. The other thing you can do that I just remembered is in regards to where to find the challenge group guides. If you're using the My Challenge Tracker app, you can actually click right here on challenge group guides and it pulls it right up for you. So you can access all of this through the My Challenge Tracker portal, the coach portal, so that you don't have to actually go through your back office. It's all right here in the Challenge Tracker portal for you. Sorry, this little thingy's in my way. Move. Okay, back into here. The other thing I love about this app is that I can go in here and I can click on participants. So let's look at Emily. I can click right on her name and I can see what she's been doing. So if she has a green circle and a blue circle, that means she had her workout and her shake. And this girl, she hasn't been drinking her shakes actually because she needs to switch to vegan. She's having some dairy issues. So we're waiting for her vegan to come in. So I can check in with her. Like, she didn't work out on the 15th. So she actually checked in and said she had the stomach flu and that she wasn't working out. So I knew what was going on with her. But maybe she missed the 15th, the 16th, and the 17th. I can just scroll right up, send Emily a message and be like, hey, you missed a couple days. How can I help? Blah, blah, blah. And it'll send it right to her app. And then she can respond to me via text or email, whatever she chooses to do. So this app is just so great for us to be able to offer that really amazing one-on-one support. I feel like I'm doing like an app training right now. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm like the biggest proponent of the app for this tracking device alone. I can like actually see what these people are doing. I can check in with them. I can be super one-on-one and hands-on with them and really stay up to date on what they have going on. As far as when to check in with them, like I said, I post every morning at 5 in the morning. The roll call post is going out at 7 p.m. every night. And then me personally, I do 2 videos in my groups a week. I usually do one motivational video, and that's pretty much off the cuff. After a workout, I'll think of like, what was I thinking during my workout? How was I feeling? How can I motivate these people in my challenge group to push through whatever it is they're going through that day? So I'll make a quick 3-minute video. The app only lets you do 3-minute videos at a time. I'll just kind of go live in there and be like, hey guys, here we are. It's week 2, day 5. I know we're getting tired. These are my tips to help you keep pushing through. Just kind of give them some live me, some of my personality. And then another day during the week, I usually almost always go live when I'm doing my meal prepping. So I will do a real quick 3-minute video with all of my cooking going on behind me. I'll be like, this is what I have going on today. I have sweet potatoes in the air fryer. I have veggies roasting in the oven. I have rice and blah, 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 and chicken and whatever I have going on everywhere. And I'll just show them really quickly and then give them real quick tips about meals that I'm going to turn those foods into. So that's kind of how I keep my check-ins going. And then every night I sit down for 20 minutes and make sure I scroll through these calendars of everyone to make sure they worked out today, see what they have going on, et cetera, et cetera. Does anyone have any questions? There's a chat bar, huh? Okay, so as a client in the Challenge Tracker app, Emmy, yes. Hang on, let me walk you through that. If you have your phone out, Shell, it's totally up to you. I love the app more because I'm getting more and more clients from Instagram. So instead of pulling them over to Facebook, they're getting this exclusive app. I also use the app as like a selling point whenever I'm talking about challenge groups. It's like another layer. I'm like, you're also getting this free app that you get to use with me as a coach, blah, blah, blah. The files in a challenge tracker. So I'm going to do it from my phone to talk you through. If you are in a group and you click the little home screen, you can't really see this, and then click view the group feed, that big blue bar. Up at the top here, there's a button that says info and files. And when you click on that, your files are right there. That's where you see them as a client within the app. To upload files into the Challenge Tracker portal, you just go to, sorry, there's all this stuff on my screen. You just go right to your home screen, right to files right here. Click and you can add a new file right there. You can upload something. Okay, so that's pretty much how I do my check-ins, how I do stuff within this Challenge Tracker. You want to have your free group on Facebook and paid groups through the Challenge Tracker. Shell, that's great. That's how I do mine. I do my free groups on Facebook, and then the Challenge Tracker is for my paid customers. That's exactly what I do. Can you tell me the difference between the 21-day fix and the portion fix? No. So the portion fix, Emmy, it's pretty much the same thing as the 21-day fix. The 21-day fix is just with the workouts. The portion fix is the eating plan that you can do with any program. So really the portion fix is the food part of it, and the 21-day fix is the food and the workouts, if that makes sense. That's the only difference. Yes, Cassandra, that's actually like more of a call topic on its own, and who is really good at that is Katie Ursta. So if you actually go on YouTube, just look for Katie Ursta and look for her free challenge group funnel trainings. She has amazing trainings on funneling people from free groups into challenge groups. That could be a whole 30-minute call in itself, so I'm not going to dive too much into that. So the portion fix that's coming out in 2018 is not all out yet. That's going to be on Beachbody On Demand, and basically it's like how to meal plan. It's different than the 21-day fix. It's going to be like its own little program within Beachbody On Demand with just recipes and whatnot, I believe, and like how to use the program within any program type of thing. How to use the eating within any program. If that makes sense. Okay. All right, so the next thing we want to talk about is Shakeology. It's super important for us to make sure that our customers know how to make their Shakeology before they make their first shake. So I think for me, when I had my first Shakeology, I actually didn't have a coach yet, and so it was like disgusting. I was like, this tastes like mud. I don't want to drink this anymore. So once I was in a challenge group and my coach was like, oh, you're just like shaking it up with milk and it's like chunky. Like, yeah, that's disgusting. So make sure that you actually post in your challenge groups or send some emails with directions on how to make the different flavors. I actually have a file, a PDF that's called like my favorite Shakeology recipes. And I will share that with Melanie so she can post everything I use. I will share with her. She can post it in the new coach training in Vimify. But basically, I have every flavor listed there with a recipe on how I like to make it. So even though I don't necessarily love greenberry, my dad loves greenberry. So I'm like, Dad, how do you make it so it tastes good? So he tells me like, oh, this is what I do. So just find recipes that you like for every single flavor, and I put them in one file, and I just upload that in the file section, or I'll even email it to people who are ordering Shakeology for the first time before their shakes come, so they know how to make it and blend it with like the right amount of ice and water and milk, or however you make it, whatever you add to it, like half a banana, peanut butter for chocolate, that kind of thing. So make sure you walk them through that. I also will tell people, you know, call me whenever you're going to make your first shake, or message me when you're about to make your first shake, so I can walk you through that process and whatnot. Can you share your roll call? Yes, I can totally share that picture, that for sure. I will share everything that I talk through on this call. And then the last thing I want to talk about in regards to when you already have challengers is really just how to get them started right. So now that we've gone through what to actually do within a challenge group, let's touch base on how to get them started right, how to keep them engaged, how to get them transformations, because your best coaches are going to be those challengers that have had amazing success, fall in love with the programs and with Shakeology just like you have, and they just want to pay that forward. So for me, it's kind of a couple step process, but it's pretty simple. As soon as someone buys a challenge pack, I'm going to screen share with you guys again. As soon as someone buys a challenge pack, I send them a welcome email. Let me get rid of a lot of these tabs. I send them a welcome email. So, where is that? Let me actually, I think I just did one last time.
Raining.
Here's a welcome to your challenge group. Okay, so I do mine in MailChimp, so I really just have to add my people into my MailChimp, but you can just use your regular email. You don't have to complicate this. It's okay. Like, you don't have to make this crazy. So this is welcome to your challenge group. Hold on, guys. I need to mute everyone. Okay, there we go. So here's the welcome to your challenge group guide. And all this does is it basically walks them through what's going to happen when they're added to this app. I will share this document, my exact wording, with Melanie as well, and she can upload it into Vimify. I will share everything. I really just say, like, I'm so excited. This is where the magic happens. I have them submit this Google form. So they're going to click on this. It's going to take them to this Google form. And this is their initial assessment. So they're going to fill out this little goals document. What fitness program would you be starting with, flavor of Shakeology. They answer all these questions. It goes through about 6 pages. I can't show you unless I actually am filling it out. It goes through about 6 pages of just questions. What are your goals? What do you see yourself? What do you want to accomplish in 12 weeks? How can we break that down into 4 weeks? And then this week type of thing. What are the activities you need to do? The last page has personal development recommendations for new challengers, just to help them get in the right mindset and whatnot. I'm really starting to show these challengers the 4 vital behaviors that we do as new coaches, so that whenever I go to have that conversation with them about being a coach, I'm like, you're really already doing everything we do. The next thing that I put in here, step 2, is just this YouTube video on how the My Challenge Tracker app works.
What is My Challenge
That's
Tracker? It's an app created by Team Beachbody to help keep you accountable.
Just a video that shows them exactly how that app works. The last thing I tell them to do is to log into their Beachbody on-demand account and click on the program materials within the program they will be starting. I've already recommended a program to this person to start with, so I want them to start to dive into those program materials so that they know exactly how to meal plan and what this is going to look like for them within that program, especially because I'm usually running multi-program groups. So I might have some people doing 80-day obsession, some people doing the fix, some people doing max 30, and then they just kind of need to see what the meal plan looks like for them. I do encourage most people to actually look at the 21-day fix meal plan, because most likely they're going to do that at some point, and that seems to be the easiest for people to like be able to understand. Do you have the welcome email automatically linked to your MailChimp? I need to, okay, so it's an automation. So I have a list in my MailChimp called New Challengers. And when I add their email into that list, this automatically sends to them. So all I have to do is add their email into the list, and this sends to them. Guys, this is fancy because I've been a coach for 4 years. literally you can just use words. I know I have pictures and files and documents and links in here, but it doesn't have to be this fancy just yet, okay? And then the next thing I'm sending them is, this is included in here. Once you're up and running in the challenge group, we'll be dedicating the first week to prep week. Everything is in a PDF that I'm going to cover in prep week. So if they want to dive in early, they can. So they can click here. I'm going to give you this PDF too. You literally can have my PDF, my Getting Started Guide. And this is just going to walk them through what they need to do to get started right. So this is a welcome page. That was just the first email that they got. Step 1, this is about nutrition, and I have a blog post about how to eat healthy without feeling deprived. Step 2 is about meal planning. There's a YouTube video with Autumn talking about the portion fix. Step 3 is about how I meal plan. So the last link is a YouTube video I've created on how I do meal planning within the portion fix. Step 4 is about water. It's a blog post I've created about how to increase your H2O intake. Step 5 is how to take your before and after pictures and how to submit your results to the Beachbody Challenge. This is so super duper important. Our customers need to know that they're gonna get free stuff, like free shirts, when they complete a program, and they have to submit their before and afters. I also make them send me their before pictures, and if they haven't sent them by the last day of prep week, I am all over them, because this is going to hold them accountable. Once they've submitted that picture to me, I know they're in with both feet, and they know I have that picture that I promise them I'm not going to do anything with, but I have that picture, and I have their goals and that goals document, so I can hold them accountable to those goals, and I have this picture, and I'm waiting for their after picture. And then this last page is just like, okay, you're all set your alarm for what time you're going to work out, share your workouts and your Shakeology with the group so you can help motivate other people, etc., etc. Any questions? I see questions. Perfect. Okay, I'm glad you guys are liking this, because I just like do it. Like I've been doing it for a while, and I just wasn't really sure if this is overwhelming, but I'm going to give it all to you in my whole step process, and then you'll know exactly what to do. Okay. Okay, I'm going to stop share here. Do you have any other questions before I keep going? I have 2 more things to share with you. Nothing? Okay, cool.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I was wondering, how do you keep up with starting a new group every month? I was thinking about having like a free Facebook group where, you know, it could be just a nice continual touch, but how do you keep up with starting a new challenge and then knowing who purchased a challenge pack and who did not, and taking them in or out? Or
Yes. Okay, so so having a Facebook group, I do have like a free fitness community on Facebook where sometimes I'll throw in maybe like once a week, like a recipe or like a little workout circuit, or I'll just go live in there and be like, hey, don't forget about me. What are you doing? What's going on? You know, or something motivational. Like I read this today in personal development, just my personality. But then what I do, and I believe Melanie does this too. I think that's where I had to have learned it from, because I'm not this organized and like I'm really not this smart. I'm very like, I shouldn't say that. I'm a smart human being. I'm very like off the cuff, and she's like very organized. So I think I had to have learned this from her. I actually do all of my challenge groups on a 4-week rotation basis. So right now I have a group in prep week, and then they will do prep week for this week. But at the same time, I have a group finishing. They're in their last week. So while this group is prepping, my old people are finishing, and then they will roll right into this group with them this weekend. So on Saturday, all of my old people that are still active on Shakeology are rolling right into this next group. And that's really how I keep them on Shakeology, is they know if they're not drinking it, they're not getting added to that next group. And I make this next group, like I make these groups, they can't access me for the most part unless they're talking to me through that group. Like if people are sending me private messages like, hey, can you send me the recipe for blah, blah, blah? I'm like, it's in the group. It's in the group. It's in the group. It's in the group. Like I'm constantly like, it's in the group. Everything I need these people to know is in that group. So they have to go in that group in order to get this stuff from me that they have come to like want and need. As far as keeping track of who's on Shakeology and who's not, I will just go in my back office like every couple of months and make sure that people, because I understand like stuff happens, people get backed up. If someone postpones their order for a couple weeks, I'm not kicking them out for 2 weeks. That's just my personal, like, life happens, you know? So I'm having those one-on-one conversations with them though, when they're checking in. I'm touching base with them so much, at least every single person once a week, that conversation's happening. That's getting brought up. Yeah. And you can kind of tell just from like your orders that go through every week, you'll be like, oh, I actually haven't seen this person have an order in a while. I should probably go check on that. So it's not something that I think I'm probably not the strictest on it, but I do make sure that people are on Shakeology. And if they're not logging their shakes in the app, I know something's going on, and then I can check that order history. So that girl, Emily, I showed you, I know she hasn't logged her shake because she's breastfeeding, her baby's having an issue with the dairy. So she's waiting for her vegan to come in. But I had that conversation with her, like, where has your Shakeology been for the last week? So just using the app to log all of that has been really helpful for me as far as that goes. What do you do when you have a new person come to you to get in a group before you have one starting? So like if there's a gap, someone's coming to me, that's why I actually created that getting started PDF, because when there is a gap like that and I have someone who is ready to go, I'm going to be like, okay, I'm sending you this email. I want you to tell me, like, complete the assignments in that Getting Started Right guide, answer all of those questions. Like there's something they have to tell me about water, something about nutrition. Make sure they're giving you all that information so you know they read that guide and they're actually ready to go. And then I'll just put them in a group that's already happening. I'm like, people are logging in here. It's already wild. It's already a party in here. Don't be scared. If you get overwhelmed, just message me. Like, make sure you reach out to me and I'll put them in a group that's already existing. But for the most part, because of the way that I've constantly had this 3-week, 4-week rotation, people know there's like they're going to get in this group on X date. And then in that welcome email they get, it says like, I will create the group and have you added to it by the Friday before the group starts. So they know when to expect to get that invite into the challenge group, into the app. Does that answer your question? Yeah? Okay. All right. And then the other thing is to really set the expectations for them and for you. So I am telling these challengers I usually make a YouTube video that goes in there the day before prep week. And it's really just to ease their concerns. And if you go on my YouTube, you can probably see a new YouTube video with like different themes from every month that I've been doing a challenge group. But I'll say like, okay, so this was Love the Skin You're In. So I recorded a YouTube video that was like, hey guys, we are kicking off with our prep week tomorrow. Here's what I need you to know right now. Make sure you've submitted that Google form with your goals so that I actually know how to help you. I'll know how you're motivated. I'll know what you want from me. I will know like really how to help you stay the course. The second thing is take a deep breath. Like, I know you're nervous. I always address that with my new challengers. Like, I know you are ready to take the ledge. Like, it's okay. I promise you this is not as stressful as you think it is. I am here to help you. I'm here for you. So just talking to them through those YouTube videos, through any type of video, just keeping them calm. That is something that I do from the get-go. The other thing is that I make sure that they understand what they can expect from me and what I expect from them. So I expect them to be logging their workouts and their Shakeology every day, or they're going to hear from me. Like, I'm like, if you go MIA, I'm coming after you. Like, you can't hide. I can see what you're doing in this app. So making sure that they know I'm going to be checking in with them so they're not like, why is this girl bothering me? If for some reason they don't want me to bother them, they'll tell them like, I'm logging everything. I don't need, some people just don't need as much one-on-one as other people do. And they'll tell you like, I'm good. And then you'll get a vibe for their personality. The other thing is that I expect them to be commenting on that roll call every night, because maybe, everything's going well and they're like, meal planning's going fine. Their workouts are going great. But they're like drinking 12 ounces of water a day. And I'm going to be like, okay, well, you're not drinking any water. So can we up that and see what happens next week? Like, let's try to tweak. Let's see what areas of struggle we have here that I can help you with. And then the last thing I have them do is halfway through my group, since my groups are 4 weeks, during week before week 1, they are submitting that Google Doc that tells them, that Google form that tells me what their goals are. Halfway through the group, so at the end of week 2, of their actual week 2 of working out, I have another Google form that they submit that says, like, this was your goal. What have you been doing to reach that goal? How are you feeling, et cetera, et cetera. So it's asking them questions to kind of give them a temperature check. Like, are you doing the things you said you were going to do at the beginning? Are you getting results because you said you were going to do those things and you're actually doing them? Or is this not going so well because you didn't do anything you said you were going to do from the beginning? So it's on them. They have to answer those questions and really temperature check themselves. Like, am I doing the things I said I was going to do to make the changes I said I wanted? And then at the end of the group, at the end of week 4, they're doing a wrap-up assessment. That's like all about their transformation. It asks them if I can share their transformation on my social media. I have them send me their after photos from that group. I ask them about coaching in that Google form. Like, are you interested in coaching, like in helping other people have these amazing results you've had? Those kind of questions. So throughout the group, I'm staying engaged with them by making them fill out those forms every 2 weeks, and they know that's coming. They know that they set those goals from the beginning and that they're going to have to reevaluate those goals as they continue to go. So that is my spiel on like customer service. I love challenge groups so much. Whenever I actually saw that I got to talk on this like yesterday, I was like, oh yes, like this is my jam. I love creating these questions for them. I really love keeping them engaged. I really, really pride myself on retention, on keeping customers on Shakeology, on having them try new things. So a lot of times throughout the challenge groups, I'll start to talk randomly about Energize and be like, I couldn't get up this morning, but I have my yellow drink. And then they're like, oh, what's in your yellow drink? Because people want to use what you're using because they see how it's working for you, type of thing. Or I'll talk about how sore I am and how I use Recover and Recharge and whatnot. And then they start to get curious about the other products. So it's not only increasing my retention, but then also increasing volume and helping just to create more income and more results for them too. So really just staying so engaged in those groups. I think the more engaged you are in your groups, the more engaged they will be. Having people understand that where they can access you at your best is in those challenge groups is the best, is huge for me. They know to find me, to comment, to tag me in the group, or to send me a message through the app is how they're going to get me fastest. Any other questions on that end? Let me see. Okay, someone asked, if someone is starting a workout program longer than the 3 weeks of actual workout for the challenge, yes. So like if someone's doing like Insanity Max 30, which is a 2-month program, and I'm running 4-week groups, yeah, they're rolling right into the next one. And then they've filled out those Google forms along the way that says like where they are in their program and what they've seen increase and what they're still struggling with. And so I know what program they're doing and I can kind of keep it rolling through there. And then I do use Google Streak to keep track of all of my customers, what group they're currently in, what program they're doing. So every time I get a new Google form, I sit down and make sure that I update everyone's information, because then maybe they finish Max 30 and they're moving on to Hammer and Chisel. So then I need to update their information so I know what they're doing and I'm giving them the best recommendations. Any other questions? No? All right, so the last thing we'll talk about really is just, maybe you don't have any challengers. Now what? I'm actually a really great example to talk about this because I had a really terrible December and January of life in general. My life was just like out of control personally. And I was not at Success Club on January 31st of 2018 of last month. And so I was panicking and I was like, I don't have a challenge group starting for 3 weeks because that's how my 3-week rotation system happens. Like, what do I do now? I have to hit Success Club. This is a goal I've set for myself. I need to help people. I've helped no one this month. So what do? I made a challenge group start on February 5th because I needed to have something to invite people to. So if you are sitting here and you're like, I haven't reached my Success Club goals yet, I don't have any challengers yet, So everything you just said means nothing to me because I don't even have anyone to put into a group. Look at your calendar and schedule a group for 2 weeks from now and start inviting to it. That's all you have to do. Make it up. It's your own business. So if you haven't gotten any challengers yet and your challenge group date that you set out for has come and gone, you bet your butt I'm posting on social media that's like, my challenge group filled up. There are people, like I didn't have enough room for all the people that wanted to be in this challenge group. So I have created a new one starting on February 5th or whatever the date is 2 weeks from now. And if you missed the boat on the last one because it was full and the date has come and gone, you're in luck because I have another one starting. Guys, my challenge group was not full. I had nobody in it, but I'm just like making stuff up so people think like, you know, oh crap, her challenge group, she's so popular, I better jump in that. I can actually show you like in my challenge tracker portal. Did you guys notice I have 2 of the same groups because I had to make them 2 weeks apart because I had to hit some goals that I was not at yet. I'll log in and show you exactly what happened. Let me share my screen again. So, for example, at the end of January, I was not at Success Club yet. So this Love the Skin You're In group started on February 5th, and I had my whole entire team pull for it. So that's why there's 34 people in it. I was like, let's go, guys. I'm struggling. And then, oh, this group was actually supposed to start on February 19th, but now I have round 2 because round 1 filled up. So I had to start round 2. So these are the exact same groups. I'm using the exact same curriculum, just different people, and they just think they're in round 2 of it. So that's all you have to do. Just come up with a new date, and that's it. Okay. Do you make people fill out a new form for each program they do? I make people fill out a new form for every group they do. Sorry, I'm gonna mute whoever that is. So every time, someone's a fast paper. Every time someone is rolling into a new group, they're filling out a new goals form every single time. A lot of it is the same. Like if they've just finished a group and they did their wrap up goals, I might not send them. I'd be like, you don't have to do it till week 2 in this next group because you're still going through it and whatnot. But everyone's different. If they fell off a little bit, I might have them do the initial group, the first form again. Is it confusing to send people over into a new group when, say, for example, they're doing 80-day, the new group is something else? Oh, I do multi-program groups all the time. I don't ever do program-specific groups unless there's a launch. So I have an 80-day obsession group because 80-day obsession was launching, and so I needed a group specifically for that, just for people doing that program. But my groups are always multi-program. Everyone's always doing different programs because, yeah, don't ever think it. It's just people have different goals, different needs, different amounts of time they can work out. So because I'm having that conversation with them during like the invite process and recommending different programs for their different needs, it's always multi-program. Are there only so many challengers that can be in one group? No, there's no limit. I just say that to create urgency to join a group. I typically do post that I only take 5 new clients a month. I probably do average around 5 new challengers a month, and then I switch to focusing on new coaches. But yeah, there's no limit. You can have as many, like I usually have, because half of my people are doing 80-day obsession and they're in that launch group, I usually have between like, I'd say 70 to 90 people in a group, because I've just been doing this for so long, that are like consistent in the groups. But now I have like half of them pulled out that are doing 80-day obsession. So I do have people kind of separated right now only because 80-day obsession launched. Any other questions? Are you guys like ready to run your own group? What's going on? Are you running with your upline? Yeah, run them with your upline for sure. Like I mostly have my new coaches co-host with me for a couple groups until they're ready. And then I would say like every so often our team is just like, okay, I'm feeling like stale. Can we switch it up? Can we like mix our challengers up? Can we co-run? Can you run a group with her? Can we run a group with her? Like we'll start to co-host with some other coaches just to like get our challengers new faces to see and like mix it up, like the way we talk and like different tips and whatnot, we mix it up. You're ready to start? Good. Go, Cassandra. Go. Start your own group. You can do it. Anybody else? Yeah, everyone does things differently. Different things work different for everyone. I got my Google form ideas actually from Sarah Griffith. She was the first one that told me about this Google form thing, and she posted them, and I was like, I like that. I love forms. I love that it's like a system. I don't have to think about it. It can just stay what it is all the time. Yeah. Any other questions? Anything, like anything new coach related, stressing you out? Your free group is running well and scheduled, but the full group is a bit intimidating. I get worried I won't be able to keep up. Your free group's intimidating, Erin, or you're just like that it's full? Or you mean the paid group is intimidating? The paid group, okay. I would say just pull from other people. So like I'm going to give you all of my documents and you can just pull from there. Like maybe, okay, so for so long, literally, you guys, I've been a coach for almost 4 years. For 3 years running my challenge groups, I was directing people to Melanie Mitro's blogs about clean eating. Like in my post, it was like, read this blog by my friend Melanie. And it would like send people to her blog about clean eating and about water and stuff. And then just this year I was like, what am I doing? Like I probably should have these people, my own customers coming to my own blog. But for 3 years, I used her scripts and like sent people elsewhere on the internet to get this information. It was just recently, like within the last 6 months that I created my own content. So do not feel like you need to create any wheels. Your job right now as new coaches is to just start helping people and utilizing the team to give you the resources to help those people. You don't have to overthink any of it now. Really just focus on the basics. I'm starting a 3-month group with my private coaching clients. Okay, so when is your 3-month group starting?
My 3-group month is starting on March 5th. So we're having, I'm doing some in-person group coaching as well as most of my clients are already private coaching clients.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm adding on Beachbody as another tool and service within my already existing coaching practice that I've been operating for about 5 years. So I'm trying to figure out how to maybe have just have a group that goes through who maybe can't afford private coaching, I guess.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do that when I'm already committed for a 3-month program with Beachbody Tracker and all of that, Beachbody tools.
Do you want these clients to use the app?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yeah. We'll be definitely using the app, but I'm thinking like 3 weeks in, if they have some friends who want to join, but they can't afford to hire me for private coaching, to do something, I guess, with less of the personal touch, something like what you do,
like a challenge group.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I would do is just get those people in their 3-month group, and then you're planning to basically use them as a referral base.
Yeah. Yes. Hopefully. Yes. Okay. Exactly. And then maybe people who couldn't afford, because I charge about $400 a month for private coaching, and then they also get weekly group coaching, and then they're getting the Beachbody support as well.
Awesome.
And so I'm thinking maybe people who can't afford the $400 just doing, the Beachbody like you're saying to do. I'm trying to figure out how to do both because I'm going to be highly committed to these clients who are going through the 3-month program.
Yeah. So what I would do is maybe offer them like package options. Mm-hmm. And be like, this is my one-on-one, this is my this. And then your clients that you have already can be an amazing referral base, and you can be like, they don't have to be here. They can be from anywhere in the country, or like, where are you?
I'm in Washington, Seattle area.
Yeah, you can be like, they can be anywhere. Do you know anyone that just needs some extra help and support? I can offer them virtual coaching.
Okay.
And then you could kind of have your challenge tracker groups that are Beachbody only specific.
Yes.
Your like one-on-one stuff. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes. Cool. Great. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? And it will take, like, I will say that whole 4-week rotation thing for me took about a year of like stumbling through, like, what am I doing? So like you'll find your system and what kind of rotation works for you. And it's okay to kind of like stumble through it at the beginning. If you look at my marketing calendar and you look at Melanie's marketing calendar and Katie Ursa's my upline's marketing calendar, they're pretty much exactly the same because I'm not trying to reinvent anything that I don't like to do. I don't like to sit down and look at the calendar and like figure out when to do things. So I just do what they're doing because it's working for them clearly, so I can make it work for me. So don't reinvent anything. Yes, just fail forward, go. Fail forward, it's okay. Anybody else? All right. Okay, guys. Well, you have another thing, Emmy? Go ahead.
I do. Completely off topic. Yeah. Are there any I saw some links, but are there any specific like selfie lamps or for videos, like specific like links to go to that are, or the best brands? Because there's so many selfie lights out there and there's so many like those big lights behind in front of you also.
I don't use any of those. I use this little thing.
Okay.
And like you can make it this bright or this bright or this bright. And like I guess I probably should have put it on. Like look how much brighter I am if I just like clip it to my computer.
Gotcha.
Take it away. Like it just adds that like little difference. And then when I'm taking my like pictures on my phone for my workouts, I just clip it right there.
Okay.
Hold it or like have it set up wherever. I know a lot of people are like super into those kind of lighting. I just use this little guy and I've been a coach for 4 years and it seems to be working. So I wouldn't go crazy investing yet if you're not ready to, unless you love like photography and like Instagram's going to be your thing.
Right. I definitely plan to do more videos. So any selfie light will pretty much work then?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I know Mel has like one of those big ring lights that stands up on the ground, like in her gym. Megan Blink. I can ask them maybe to share that in Bimify. Yeah. I'll ask them if they have any links. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. I just use this thing that I carry around in my purse and like look like an idiot everywhere.
You're committed. That is a good thing. You're committed.
Like, oh, this lighting's terrible. No. Okay. Do you use Messenger only? Do you take it to your email? I take it to email because people just don't check their Messenger like we do. Like I remember getting so frustrated because I'd be like, why are these people not answering me? But people just don't use Messenger like we do because we're running a business on our social media. And I feel like their inbox can get a little bit jammed up on Messenger. So what I do is, when someone wants to join my challenge group, I also have a challenge group application Google form. I love Google Forms. And they fill that out and it gives me their email address. And then I 95% of the time move my conversations over to email at that point, unless they say they would like to be contacted via Messenger or text or something better. But I do typically move stuff over to email because then it's easier for me to track in my Google Streak. I just have another way of finding them. I just think email is easier and a little bit more professional for me at this point, but anything works. If they're answering you on Messenger, talk to them on Messenger. Anything else? No? All right. I hope this was helpful. I know that's kind of a lot of information. Challenge groups are just supposed to be fun and get these people enjoying as much as you can what they're actually doing to better themselves. So don't overthink it. Think about you, why you started. Why did you love challenge groups? Why are you doing this right now? Just keep that always in the forefront. I think for me, I was not a challenger first. I bought my program and my challenge pack off of an infomercial, and I know how horrible it was when I did not have a coach. I know the difference between not having a coach and then having a challenge group. So just, you're changing lives. You're doing amazing things. You're helping people be better versions of themselves every single day. Slap some affirmations up on your wall. I have these 3 little pink Post-it notes that are right beside me every single day. I sit down here and I look at them and I say, I'm worthy of everything I work for. People need to hear my voice, and one person will be better today because of me. And I read those out loud to myself every single day before I sit down to do my invites and before I sit down to check in with my challengers, and just remember that you can do this. You can do anything. Yeah? All right, guys. Thank you so much for hopping on. I will have Mel post the recording, and I will just give her the mother load of my documents to share with you guys too. So if you need anything, just let me know. I'm here to help. Bye.